Alrighty, today we're going to be breaking down in detail Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. On this particular day, I made about 8.5 FAR, a little bit over $25,000 on the day. As always, every single one of these trades is traded live in a call and has been for the last 4 years straight. Every win, every loss, every break, even if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead. Oh man, I'm fucking dying here. Apparently I need some water. If that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and join the Discord down in the description, and you'll see more information on live trading down there. It is limited, so if there's no spots left, you're going to have to wait till one opens. But if there is a spot left, you could go ahead and join it if you would like. Without further ado, let's get into the day. The first thing that we got to do is mark our levels. On this particular day, we had a couple. So this was May 13th. I'm recording this recap a day later because on May 13th, I had a little bit of a headache after the session, so I wasn't able to record the recap. We had nothing on the monthly. If we drop down to the weekly chart, all this week, we're going to be having this weekly new week opening gap right here. Again, if you don't know how I mark my levels, every single thing that I do is taught for free on YouTube. So all of the educational content, all the way I mark my levels, the entire 4-pillar setup, all of it is free on YouTube. So go ahead and go to my YouTube channel, go to the playlist tab, and then in the playlist tab, you will find the bootcamp. Watch the bootcamp videos from oldest to newest, and you will go ahead and understand how I trade. So we have the weekly new week opening gap right there, and we also have the mean threshold of the ungained weekly order block. Now, this was not a level that became relevant on this particular day, but it is a level that I had. So we dropped down to the daily here. May 13th is this day right here. So if we replay tool and look over here, what we had, we were pretty much at all-time highs. So we want to mark out the all-time high level. If there is a swing high at all-time highs, you always want to be looking at it. So this is going to be your all-time high level. We had the daily gap. Okay, this is also something that we mark every single day. If it exists, that's going to be the gap between yesterday's open and today's open. Drag that along. I like to put the same style for all of them. It doesn't really matter what your style is. Just be consistent. That would be one thing that I would recommend so that when you're trading, you could visually see it quickly. I'm kind of yapping here because I'm just marking the levels. If you want to get access to my levels every single morning before the market even opens, I'll throw it up on screen here. There's a lower tier in the Discord called Member Plus where you just get access to my levels every single morning before I trade. So if you just want to, fact check your levels against mine, see if you're using the same thing that I'm using, you could join that if you want. It's the same price as a McDonald's meal nowadays, so really it's not that big of a commitment. And if you're trading this way, it might be a good idea to have somebody to reference at least for like a month to see if you're getting the levels right, and then get off the tier. The whole goal is for you to get off of that and stop using me as a crutch. But in the beginning, it could be very useful for some people. So we also have this daily fair value gap right here with the levels inside of it, which are as follows. And then the last level that we had here would have been this daily wick down here. The reason that we use this daily wick is that it's older and it overlaps majority of price action. So let's go ahead and drop down now. Before market open, which for me market open is at 7:30 a.m. Before market open, we had a couple things. So the easiest equal lows before market open, this is how we utilize the 4-pillar setup. We look back. This is by far and away the easiest equal lows before the market open. They're going to be coming in at 29,200. And the easiest equal highs on top before market open, it's pretty simple, right? We have one high here, equal highs. Boom. So 426.50 is the easiest equal highs on top. This is where we could drop down. Look back on this particular day. This is Friday. This is all the way today, so we need to drop all the way back to the 13th right here. Here we go. The first thing that we're going to do, as always, is we're going to look at that first 30-second range in the market. So at 7:30 or at market open time, whatever that is for you, you're going to have the first 30-second candle. Look at that range. So this is called the CME opening range. A lot of people, and for people who are returning to my channel, this is going to be recap, but a lot of people look at the opening ranges the first 15 minutes, the first hour, whatever. all the way back since the start of pit trading in CME, right? When pit trading was a thing, they defined the opening range on reports. So if you go and look at reports, even to this day, you could see they still define the pit open and the pit high and the pit low. And for equity index markets, so NASDAQ, YM, the S&P 500, all those futures markets, it's going to be the first 30 seconds. The first 30-second trading range, the high and low of that's going to mark the CME opening range. If price likes to live inside of that, the market's probably going to be more choppy. If price is rejecting off that, the market can be more trendy. If price doesn't fill that in, it can be magnetic to price action. It could also just act as a level. So, market open here, slams down, and it rejects off this daily and then goes right to the CME opening range and fails off that. So at this point, you could start to potentially assume that the market's going to run lower, because rejecting off the CME opening range like that can spur on a bit of a trendy day, okay? And so the market runs lower, and it ultimately runs these lows. So this is a very interesting point where we want to pay attention to, okay? Let me unextend this right. Because this could have been the liquidity sweep. But what are we missing here? We're missing a high time frame level. So the way that we could get a high time frame level for the setup, right? If you sweep underneath here, that's your first step in the 4 pillars. The way that we need a high time frame level, and by the way, we're at all-time highs, so we're bullish. That's already our bias defined. We need this to come and test a high time frame level. But look at what it does. It runs right up into the CME opening range, rejects the CME opening range, fails this high, and then it tries to hold the daily. You cannot take a trade off of this wick, and you cannot take a trade off this daily level because you're rejecting the CME opening range and you just failed this high. So there's a fair chance when you fail a high, just basic reading price action, the leg that you failed, you're probably going to go run it and make new lows underneath that. So this is telling you that the market's probably not actually done sweeping liquidity. And there's more underneath this low, and the market wants to go seek lower for a high time frame level. So the second that this closes underneath, this 744 candle closes underneath this daily, you got to be assuming that this daily is going to get lost. And if you're losing the daily, like you are here, the PDR that's set in motion is all the way down to the halfway point, which is 29.85, which you get that very quick dynamic run. I wish that I could have been a part of this. I foresaw this dump. I thought about it. I thought that it was good. And I was not able to catch it, unfortunately. Because there was just no way, right? The market didn't pop up, didn't do anything. But then, not to fear, I still was able to catch something on this particular day. So the market holds this 85.25, okay? Where does that take you? Well, that sets in motion a PDR. You have point A, where's point B? The top of the daily. You run right to the top of the daily, okay? And then here's where it gets interesting. As you could see, the market is rejecting underneath 29,200. So usually that would make you think, hey, if we're rejecting underneath 29,200, this low is dubious. We're probably going to go run it again. But look at where we start to stabilize on. We're stabilizing on the 25% PDR level. So when this happens, holding off the 25 for me is the same thing as holding above the top or point A of the PDR. If you don't understand what PDRs are, please go watch the PDR video. They're my own concept. I've been using them forever in live trading, in my Discord, everywhere, on YouTube, teaching them for free forever. They're my concept. You won't find them anywhere else on the internet. So here we go. It's stabilizing on the PDR level. Interesting. So what do we want to watch here? Look at the wick that's holding down the majority of price action, which is going to be this one right here. As you can see, every single time price is popping into this wick, it cannot do it. It just can't. It's not working. Right? Boom, 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 boom. It's not closing above. It's not going higher than this particular wick. We pierce down one more time to attempt to go run these lows, which makes sense if we were running off of 29,200. But then it fails. It fails to run those lows. Okay, so just like before, if we're failing to run these lows, this is the leg that we're failing to run, these highs become more likely. Okay, especially when you start to build up so much pressure on top like this, there's probably going to be a big explosion of price coming to the upside very, very shortly. Okay, and notice how the entire day hasn't been taking highs. It's building up trend line liquidity the entire way. So there's a lot of reason for this to explode, but you still have to wait. You still have to be patient. Price action regains the daily, holds the daily. Price action regains the 25% level, holds the 25% level. So I take a couple tries here. I take it off the halfway point once, I get a loss because my stop loss goes right underneath the halfway point of the wick. I take it again, I take a break even. Once price action holds one more time on this daily, I take it one more time on a 15-second tick underneath here in the halfway point of this wick. I take it one more time on the 15-second tick here with a stop loss underneath the low, and it finally explodes on me. It finally goes. And yeah, that was the trade. So my position was a tick down inside of this candle. I wanted to be aggressive because of how much built up pressure was in the market. And I ended up trailing out up here a little bit underneath this wick for 8.5 hours. So that was a very good trading day. Very, very similar to the previous trading day if you watch yesterday's recap. Overall, clean price action, clean 4-pillar setup. The main takeaway here is when you're holding the 25% of the PDR, it's like holding the top level. So when you look for these expansions, when you look for these breakouts, even though you're rejecting off of 29,200, you have to balance that with the idea that you're holding above the top of the daily. So watch for signatures and price action like this where you dip down and you cannot break that low, and then you start to regain high time frame levels. You're building pressure. Price hasn't ran any highs throughout the day. This is tipping the scales to more likely that this may explode. That's all I got for you. If you want to watch these trades live every single day, every win, loss, and break even, join the Discord. I do live trading. So that means I sit in a Discord call live, screen sharing every execution, talking through my thoughts every single day, except Mondays. Well, I might start trading Mondays again. I'm not quite sure. And I've done that for 4 years straight. If there's any better proof standard than that, let me know, because I've sat in a call and people have seen this live every single fucking day for years on end. If you want to be a part of that, join the Discord. If you just know the levels, join the Discord. If you just want to join the Discord, join the Discord. There's more conversation in there now than there's been in a while. Talk in there, hop in there. If you jump in the voice chat and try to talk to people, who knows? I might show up. You can ask me questions. So, yeah, hopefully this helps somebody. This was May 13th, 2026, Wednesday, and I will see you in the next one.